There are moments in the NBA where you need a certain caliber of player to rise to the occasion and get things done. These guys are either cold-blooded reptiles or born in Antarctica because they have ice in their veins. Let's look at the NBA's coldest moments. Starting us off is Jimmy Butler back in Philly and down by 1 to Brooklyn.
Butler looks like he's going for the win. Butler heaves and hits!
With less than 6 seconds on the shot clock, you'd think there'd be enough to run a play and get the ball inside for some sort of easy shot. But that is not what Butler has in mind. Instead, he knows the reason he got traded to the Sixers was to close out games. So that's exactly what he's going to do. He strings some steady dribble moves, sizes up, and then launches into a step-back 3 for the win. Jimmy iced the game with just 0.4 seconds left in the game. They call him Jimmy Buckets for a reason, man. Who knew the man was also made of ice? But honestly, if we want to talk about ice cold, I'm not sure we can look to anyone besides the Black Mamba.
Artest looking, gets it to Bryant. Bryant dribbling, has to put it up at the buzzer. Banks it in! Oh, he banks in the 3! And the Lakers win the game!
This is Kobe Bryant against a young Dwyane Wade on a tense Friday night. The Lakers are down by 2, so they inbound the ball to their franchise leader. He runs to the top of the three-point line, and with less than a second left, he nails a one-legged bank shot from beyond the arc. Sorry, Miami, but this isn't Wade County. This is the bright lights of Kobe City. Bryant is forever remembered as one of the coldest players to step on the court. His killer instincts shine through, even on a random NBA Friday night. Before we keep moving, does anyone have the time? I'm supposed to be somewhere soon and want to make sure I'm not late. Oh, it's Dame time? All right, I might as well stay for this then. This was early in the career clock for Damian Lillard.
The series. It's Lillard. He got the shot off. Lillard, good!
It was the 2014 playoffs and only Lillard's second season in the league. That didn't mean he wasn't ready for the big shots, though. In the first round of the playoffs, Dame and LaMarcus Aldridge are up against Harden and Dwight Howard. The two teams battle back and forth in the final minutes until it comes to Rockets up 2 with 9/10 of a second left on the clock. Cue a moment probably most of us have seen, but it still never gets old. Lillard acts cool and collected down in the midst of the rest of the players, and then bolts to create space and get off a slightly fading three-pointer. Look how even as he's running up, he's clapping for the ball. He knows exactly what's about to happen. Dame time is always brutal for the opposing team, but so fun for us fans to watch. Do you know what also never gets old? Watching the days of San Antonio's beautiful basketball Spurs. Decade after decade, Greg Popovich manages to create brilliant plays and offenses when given the chance. At the moment, maybe that chance is a lot smaller right now. But hey, everyone's got to rebuild once in a while. Well, in 2005, they were everything but a rebuilding team. The Spurs marched their way to the finals to go against the defending champ Pistons. The series was close and would end up going to 7 games. Partially because of this cold move from clutch player Robert Horry in Game 5.
Here's Ginobili. To Horry for 3. Unbelievable.
It's overtime, and the Spurs need a 3 if they want to put the game to rest. So watch Horry inbound the ball to Manu, only to slyly find his footing from deep and get the ball back wide open. He lets it rip and gives his team the series edge heading into Game 6. The Spurs would eventually win the series in Game 7, and Robert Horry won Finals MVP. Okay, that was a lie, but I gotta keep everyone on their toes. Just like Tracy McGrady kept an entire NBA team on their toes for the final 35 seconds of a game, that should have been a blowout.
Shot, Bowen is all over McGrady. Foul is picked up.
The Spurs were up by 5 with 35 seconds left when T-Mac started his reign of terror that night. The man hit shot after shot after shot. San Antonio kept fighting back during these final seconds, but it didn't matter. McGrady was completing something that has never been done before. 13 points in 35 seconds to bring his team back and win the game. It was a flurry of offense, a high-velocity game paired with sniper-like precision. McGrady couldn't miss, the same way I can't miss on these analogies. It's as if Ray Allen was a flamethrower, but instead of flames, it's a basketball. And instead of burning an object, he's making a 3.
Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang!
Dang, yup. Freaking nailed that analogy. Okay, yes, we once again have all seen this one, but it's important to recognize this moment for what it is. A moment where a team of LeBron James, Dwyane Wade, and Chris Bosh got bailed out by an old vet shooter in Ray Allen. The finals versus Heat and Spurs in 2013 were a tough battle. LeBron misses a three, but Bosh grabs the rebound and tosses it to the corner. We can all see the results of that move. A sea of white erupts around the court, the white-hot fans loving every second of that cold-blooded shot. One of the luckiest fan bases to be a part of has got to be the LA Lakers. Do you guys ever get bored of winning so much? We're looking at the 2001 finals with LA versus Philly.
Right with it. Allen wants to go. Wants the baseline. Fade away. Yes! He's way too good. He steps around Lue.
Up until the first game of this series, the Lakers were undefeated. But unfortunately for them, an undersized two-guard was about to light up for 48 points. AI was on fire throughout the game, squeezing them into overtime against the future champs. And that's when it happened. Iverson, Lue, cross-up, on the ground, the step over. It's become an iconic moment in league history and solidified AI as one of the cutthroat players at the time. He's gonna break your ankles and then literally walk right over you to victory. One man who makes it almost impossible to walk right over is LeBron James.
Curry back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James.
So in 2016, when down 3-1 against the Golden State Warriors, the King had to flip a switch. He and Kyrie Irving played incredibly to bring it to a Game 7. The previous year, LeBron lost to them with not much help outside of Dellavedova and Mozgov. There was no way he'd let back-to-back finals losses happen. With 2 minutes left in a tied ball game, the Warriors get the board and head for a fast break. As the ball gets to Iguodala and then a back and forth between Curry, all Iggy needs to do is finish out the simple layup. Too bad LeBron James is one of the coldest in recent memory when it comes to chase down blocks. He blitzes from the halfway point and follows the ball all the way up to the stunning slam against the backboard. The final moments of this Game 7 are one we'll always remember. Here's one that I actually think sometimes we forget about, but is still wildly impressive in both skill and context. It's the 2004 Western Conference Finals, with a classic matchup of Spurs versus Lakers.
They go. They get it to Fisher. He scores! Derek Fisher scores at the buzzer!
San Antonio is fighting tooth and nail behind Tim Duncan to try and secure the series lead of 3-2 in the final moments of this game. The teams go back and forth until finally, Duncan hits a ridiculous fadeaway two-pointer to secure the lead. Mr. Fundamentals cashed in a one-legged shot and the arena goes crazy. There are 0.4 seconds left while the team celebrates on top of Duncan. The Lakers have less than half a second to pull off this buzzer beater, so you know they're hoping to get it to Kobe. But instantly you see him get double-teamed deep beyond the three, so they're going to need another guy. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you Derek Fisher. The 6'1" point guard popped open at the last moment and threw up his own wild mid-ranger to secure the win. The Lakers get a lot of highlights during this era of Shaq and Kobe, but I don't think enough love gets spread around to those LA teams. Derek Fisher saved them, just like Dame saved the Blazers for a second time in his career. And oh man, does he do it even better style this time.
Lillard, long-range three, and it's good!
Portland is up 3-1 against OKC and looking to put the series away. It's a tied game, so what does that mean? Logo Lillard takes it upon himself to ice the game from 35 feet. Paul George has 6 inches on Dame too. There's no way this should be the shot the team is going for, but when Damian Lillard is confident, you don't argue with him. The other cold part about this moment is how it basically exploded the Thunder franchise. It was the final attempt at running this Russ and PG-13 combo, but after this demolition from the Blazers, the team traded away and began the rebuild. Damian waves goodbye to not just the opponents that night, but to OKC from the playoffs for the foreseeable future. So there you have it, folks, some of the coldest moments in the history of the league. If you enjoyed this, make sure to check out our video about the most wildly expensive things NBA players own. If you're interested to see players' activities and interests off the court, I think you'll really like that one. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and catch you all on the next one.